Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I sent a message out today with a link. Hopefully you guys got into the link. Josh, thank you for being here. Hi, sir. Hi, Diana. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Good morning. Hi, Margaret. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I don't know if you guys read what I sent you a long time ago. Uh, I was looking about, everybody was talking about 5D, 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 but what is a 5D? CF, thank you for being here. By the way, I appreciate your subscription to the Astro Viber 111. I mean 1111, and thank you for that. Appreciate for watching my videos because that way you guys supporting me and make me help more and more to make those videos. I'm still working. It's work on progress, that channel, and work on progress with the energies. But every day I get better and better. I will try to do that daily, hourly report about the energies at night so it can be available for the next day. But for right now, I'm balancing things out because the energies are. I don't have to explain. You guys know what I'm talking about. So sharing love. So we're talking about here the 5D. In the beginning, I said I was looking about 5D. I look at informations. I look at things. I couldn't resonate with everything I read about it until I don't came up to this link. Hi Ray, Skywalker is in the house. May the force be with you. May the love be with you. There you go, twin flame fire. Love it. I love the energy when it comes in. It's beautiful. Sometimes it's like as soon as we get in here, it's like new light comes in. Hi CJ, thank you for being here. And the light comes in. It was dark time, and it was kind of like cloudy all day here, rain. Now it's just poof, the sunshine comes out. Beautiful, and I love it. And I found that link. I will post the link here in the chat if someone wants it, and somebody needs to look at it at the same time we talk, because I will have it here with me right up front, and you guys can pull that up for you guys. Okay, when we talk about 5D. So here is the proper link. First time the link probably was something misspelled or something, wasn't open properly, but this is the proper link for this dimensions explanations, because in order to understand where we're going through and what the things that we are going into, I think you gotta understand first what the 5D is, the miracle world. And we are here, we experiencing miracles, we're experiencing things, but we need to go farther. We want to go far. We want to stretch our course, our everything that we knew. We clear all this mess out of us. We clear things out, and now we're pulling up. And when we are pulling up, we are getting to this understanding that it's a little bit more higher than before that we have within us. And that's what the 5D comes in. So the 3D, to kind of like walk you through pretty quick through this link, the 3D, that is the material stuff. Material possessions that you know, like also the material programming, everything that has to do with the material stuff. There you learn manipulations and all the crap that really the 3D has. Okay, go and look at it. I will kind of like refer to some of the things of the material world. Okay, it's actually based out of the instincts, and the instincts is like I have to survive. It's in the survival mode. Okay, I will do just this, I will just do that, or if I make somebody else to do things, then I don't have to do it. Here it's that I need personal power of others, and I need to control of my space, or I need to control others. And I must figure out everything out. I'm always right. Um, I am better than the other people. Okay, that's this competition that we are talking about, and especially when it's competition within the relationship, who is the better? There is no better. You're gonna learn down the right. But if you have this basic behaviors built onto the 3D, when you begin to be awakened, you're going into a next stage, which is the 4D. And in that 4D, you look things. You bring whatever you know from 3D into the 4D, but there is the fight between the light and the darkness. That is a when they both coexist. When you look in it, the both sides of the coins. Now we understanding this 4D on higher level here, and this is coming from your emotional body. Okay, the 4D. That's what this is. If you look at it, what it stands for, this 4D, okay, it's the emotional body, basic kind of the emotions. You don't do this for me, you have to do it this for me. It's the demanding, but at the same time, it's like, well, did I give that in order to receive? Yeah. This is where the magic exists. You make magic, white or a black magic. It's magic. Okay, it's magic. It's something that go against the journey of life, and you learn not to play with magic, or you're gonna get burned. Are gonna get hurt. Here it's fighting for guide, for light, or you can fight for the darkness. Is up to you what you want. Um, but here in the 4D, you're working out your karma. Talking about karma now, Saturn is the one who retrograde, who is really make the things rough. If you have a rough time in your life, then you did something rough. If you have a easy times, peaceful times, now you kind of like receiving for doing the good karma. You just bring it into the 4D is I something. What are you? Are you? No, you are attached to something. I am something. I mean, you can be a carpenter, you can do, but is I am. All right. It's not I am that I am. No. No, you attaching to a something. Um, Here you find that the magical world is more exciting than the material world because here you learn things, you learn energies, you learn stuff. Okay, you are shifting. You may be on this gray area where it's, you are telling the truth, but half of the truth. You telling things, but you also lie. You understand lying is not good, but you're permitting yourself to lie. Um, you go back and forth between the dimensions, the third and the fourth. The magical world, though, it's got one bad thing. I need to be under control. You need to understand control. It's an above and beyond. It's your destiny with God. It's your soul contract with God. Okay, we'll come up with this too. All right, and if you take a look here, the magical world wants to control what's going on in the material world. And they're trying with all the gimmicks and everything to be controlled. So basically, people who are not in the 4D, they're not awakened. The other people, they try to control what's going on. The other people in 3D. So you got to be very aware of this, but because here it's creation of karma. Okay, you don't know what you're doing. You don't solve your karma. You're making karma. We talked about this yesterday about this. All right, the fifth dimension. That is the plane of light. Uh, that is the light from within the soul. And the way that goes is you look in the highest realm. Some of the religions think that this is the highest realm you can reach. Well, basically, no. There is a more higher dimensions you can experience within your body as long as your body can handle the vibrations of the certain dimensions. Okay. What is the miracle world, though? The miracle world, that is a manifestations when you are in alignment with the divine, and whatever you see in your dreams, it's prophesizing, and then it's manifesting, it's materializing into the material world, directly into the 3D. It's kind of like performing a miracle. That's what it's called, the miracle world. Okay, now you're not creating with magic, you're creating with divine. That is the huge difference. Here you create with the light from within your soul. And it's coming from the one spirit, it's based out of the truth. You can't operate in a 5D if the truth is not really there. There is a time where the thing for in 5D is one of the divine powers they're getting unfold to you. Okay. Some of the identities here, I'm checking it out. I'm an angelic extraterrestrial. Other dimensions adept, divine cosmic holy being called master, grid template expert, divine fool. Okay, you gotta be careful that some of the stuff that people do is you get the material stuff to the magical, but also from the magical into the miracle world. And there, if you mess that up, then the issue's getting ugly. All right, we'll talk about this. Um, if you're interested in the miracle world, the mental, emotional, and physical bodies are used by the universe to achieve ends into the material world. You will know that when the universe is from within you. You're a servant of the universe in the 5D. And as a twin flames, you abandon that once you have a soul contract. That is when the issues begin really to hurt in there. Um, Here, it's that ability to accept, to look at probabilities, and to expand your capacity of love. Capacity of love, if you reach the 100%, which is some of you, I believe you are, because I sense I'm not the only one who passed to this threshold. Otherwise, you won't be here in these new vibrations. People who don't have the 100% love and know the truth, they haven't passed into the new way. I already know that. All right. Some of you have not, but some of you have done that. And if you're done, congratulations to you. Okay. And that's how I'm going to go through this for it. All right. Oh, ooh, chat. Okay. King Garden Merlin and the Knights of Round Table Ram. Yeah, well, there is a lot of things that take a look at it. King Arthur and the Knights. You may also think about Jesus and the Apostles, and so many legends talking about. I mean, you can look at it one chart and 12 zodiac signs. That could be so many things. For so um, Can't Top today. Hi, Dio. Hi, Jenny. I love this is things. The game of playing night was the Truth Walkers. Yeah, Truth Walkers, Skywalkers. Yeah, what a name, right? Its name. What's going on within the 5D and the Twin Flames, though? 12 and 144, what's the meaning behind 5D? Okay, we'll talk about this 144. That is the prophecy that many will enter, only few can cross. So many will head up to the gate of Eden, to the paradise, but not everyone can walk past through. That's what this is. And some of you crossed it, some of you don't. It all depends of what did you do and how did you do it. But today I did already talk about the 5D. 5D, the best thing that works, which is miracle, that is the energy that performs between the twin flames within the material world. And what I'm talking about are miracles. Something happens. Okay, so for example, you feel the connections is too strong between you, your twin flame, and God, and you're wondering what the hell goes on, and you want to talk to them, and you reach to talk to them at the same moment. They're like, "Hey, are you sleeping? You're awake." That's really 5D talk. When the presence is with God, it's the same thing. When you're talking with your twin flame, and you feel the presence of God, you can talk, face to face and create this program together with God. You're basically telling God, like, write this into the soul contract. You need to understand that when you have a 5D contract and what the soul contractor is written, that is at the time when the two twin flames comes in and they make a program how their life should be and what is going to happen. So it's written in the Akashic records. It states you don't have it really in the physical world, but that's what the 5D is. Okay. The 5D talk, it's the telepathic talk, and it's like, I feel you, I feel what's going on. You might feel certain things. Okay. Can describe the words experience staring me in these eyes, the ass of our soul. Yes, manifesting in 5D to the 3D world now at a time. Go within the again. Exactly, Skywalker. All the answers you seek, they are from within. All the answers, they are within us. Okay, don't look the twin flame. But what do you have to do with the twin flame? You have to learn to cooperate, to co-create, and you have to learn to coexistence. There's co-parts within the twin flame. And when you have a twin flame talks, I spoke about the naked talk. You got to be honest in there. That inner talk that you have with your twin flame, if it's not honest, if it's a half truth, if it's a 4D and you are in the 5D, but you bring 4D energy within the 5D, you tell the half the truth, or you kind of like walking yourself out of this for it. Hi, Brinta. Thank you for being here. And you've written a contract. Well, if you've written a contract with half of the truth, you need to understand that you're responsible for what you say you're going to do in 5D with presence of divine. And that's how soul contracts are written. This is when you make a commitment. Once you make a commitment, and the divine is there, you're making a commitment. That's why when you get married in the church, okay, they exchange your crowns in there, and well, they ask you to make the commitment, right? But guess what? How many of you are aware of that you're creating a soul contract during this? You're not even awake. You don't even know what marriage means. You have no idea what to get yourself into it in the marriage, right? But the TF talk, it's important. You can have a fight with your twin flame with energies, but that is a twin flame talk with the energy that it's left within them from in you. Okay, just so you can solve the issues during the separation process. It will help you if you go to elimination state. That's what separation, the purpose is, and to test what the love is real or not. If there was something that was not real, that's gonna be the problems between within the divine. Probably the both two units will be in pain, and a lot of the people who are separates and twin flames, they understand this. I I know you do understand this situations. Okay. Um, the other thing with the telepathy is that when you feel the same, they feel the same, you feel them, they feel you. Well, that energy sometimes can be scary. If you haven't watched the movie In Your Eyes, go ahead and watch it. If you guys don't know this movie, I can pull that up. It's free on YouTube. You can go ahead and watch it. Sometimes this thing is scary and freaks me out sometimes when that is, but that is because the frequency is the same produced of the both two individuals. It's matching, and now it goes to the mirroring neurons and the chat system, and it's like freaks you out, right? Um, uh, Hi, Carl. Yeah, I will answer some questions in a little bit about this. Uh, can you write the TF program out of your contract? Write program out. Write, you actually write the program. If you're asking if you want to wipe that out the program the of that, no, you can't. Only divine can erase it because the records is in the divine with a twin flame. You can't do this. It's impossible. Divine can go ahead and destroys the contract, not you, neither your twin. Okay. The only thing that could happen if your twin flame tries to hurt you on a so bad level to a point that this contract for the current moment, time, and space cannot be fulfilled. That contract it's put in away for the next life, and now it's going to be receiving karma. Usually, the person who breaks the contract feels one thing very bad. They will experience. They have to live with the guilt of not honoring the contract. So that guilt it's felt within the soul, and that is the worst thing you can experience in during lifetime. Other thing about this is that is going to be the pain you have to carry with you, that you hurt the person who God gives you, and the love in them, you hurt them because they love you, and you have fear of being true love to them. That pain in there, I don't want you to be there. Personally, if you got to that point, you're going to be dealing with the divine for a long time as a servant. Hi, Marco. Thank you for being here. Uh, Thank you, Marco. We are sharing the love. Yeah, from Croatia. Dobar dan, kako ste? Hvala da ste ovdje da gledate ovo video. Благодарим ti mnogo. Sorry, I speak Serbian, Croatian, however I want to say it. I don't mind using it. Yeah, once in a while you may heard me speak in Spanish. Hola, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? Hey, bravo. Soul contracts. You making a soul contracts, first of all, with the divine when he came here. You will be reminded about that contract if you don't fulfill it. And don't filling this contract, you know that you have some kind of mission to do. If you know that mission that you need to do, that's your soul contract. That reminds you about it. If you're always looking at for something, this is what you look for, what you need to do. You're looking for your destiny, but your destiny is your soul contract with the divine. Okay, you made a conscious decisions to come to this earth, to be reborn, to experiencing what you have to in order to do what you need to do. It has something to do with previous things because you already have the knowledge to do it. You didn't just came here without the knowledge. You need to understand that. You already know everything that you need to know to do things that you need to do because you know and the divine knows it's in your ability and capability, but you're here also to evolve, so they're going to be correlated. Okay, so let's look at it now through the questions. I hope kind of like I give you some information about most about the 5D. And I will go back in the chat and let's look at what's cooking in here. I have to share with you. My twin came to see me yesterday evening after giving this connection to the universe. Day later, here we are meeting face to face. Great. Skywalker, he did the job. Can't describe in words the experience or just staring into each other's eyes. The eyes were of our soul. Yes, manifesting in 5D to the 3D world. Now the time to go within again. Hallelujah. You do the right thing, you do the right inner work, you do the right actions, okay? Divine makes this reappearing of the twin again, all right? But you gotta trust the divine. You gotta be a blindfolded, okay? You gotta have a blind faith. Blind faith, blind trust. You have to surrender to what's going on, and you have to let it go of your expectation and everything that pulls you down. Carl Lucy, when you connect to the divine within and you feel at peace, can you write the TF program out of your? No, you can't, Carl. You can't, even if you have your inner peace. There's going to be an ever inner peace. The inner peace is going to be achieved on this case when the divine it says like, you know what, we have to agree on this, that this contract is expired because certain things don't happen at a certain time and place. And now they roll up the contract because now the time for fulfilling of this contract expires due to lack of actions, due to lack of activities of that contract. Okay? There's going to be a waiting time to rewrite things, but after a certain time, certain things doesn't happen, then there is a certain actions that you need to do, so certain things to happen in the future, certain events. And guess what? You're not doing it. The divine is like, no, just roll it back out. We'll figure out on the fly what to do. That's what happens. And on the fly, but sometimes this fly It is about this mm, um, Rich, one of the guys spoke about on YouTube about the bump contract. The bump contract that you have connection with someone that pulls you in a certain place where you need to be. And it's talking about it has a lot of similarities within the twin flames, but the thing there is it's different for. So once you agree with the divine, okay, and there is a soul contract, you need to understand divine has a lot of investment in that contract. They will keep you to honor. You may have in past lives soul contract. So, for example, if in a past life someone deceived you once, then on the next life they deceived it again, and now they deceive you again, then you can't solve your karma. The next time you comes in, they will not allow you to deceive anymore. But they're gonna bring people who's gonna deceive you, so you can learn what did you do, and can get ugly. All right. Truth is the most powerful force. Truth in love, it is the connections to divine. It's all about truth. You, without truth, you can't be truth to divine. They checking who you are. Is your true feelings? Is the true things that you said? Is the true things that you do? Without truth, you're nothing. You're illusion. You're false. You're imposter. You're trickster. Without truth. But when the truth is in high level, it's manifesting in 3D and everything is there, you have inner peace. That's what it is. But now, if you don't have the inner peace, if you always in this guilt within the soul, you always miserable things happen in life, and or the worst case scenario is sicknesses. Go ahead and look at it. People who have tons of sicknesses, and all of a sudden you look at it, their toxic lives. Why they were toxic? The truth was missing. Okay, now people understand that when they tell the truth, the sickness is gone. Confession? Anyone? Yeah, that's what that is. Confession. That's why it doesn't matter what religions you are. You go ahead and say what you need to say. You let the truth out. Then you speak your truth, and the divine knows. Now you did the actions in 3D. You spoke in the word. Spit that out. Okay. So all right. Let's see, Josh. Let's see where I am. Josh, I've revoked the use of the term contract and start seeing things in the term of agreement. Contract sounds like something a group of lawyers push you to, which concedes the false light of being able to impose and force agreement contracts to hinder your incarnation. Weird how this planet is only place without the forgetting around. Forgetting veil of forgetting around. Mm, hmm. Yeah, agreement. Yes, I can't. Contract is actually two parties agree. But if you look at it on a contract, the contract, let's say, for example, you sign a contract for lease or agreement for lease an apartment. So guess what? That contract goes also in control within the state. They know you have that contract with the owner now. It's the same thing when you go ahead and sign a contract agreement with buying a car. Okay, you sign this, and they know what is that. It is the bank and the state know that this car you owe, it is getting, and it's going to the credit bureau. Okay, so there is someone who keeps the things in records. But when we're talking about in spirituality and the 5D, it's the divine. Okay, don't forget about this. A lot of the people think like, yeah, well, God will forgive me. Let God judge me, or so on and so on. You need to look at those cases that never ask for something. Ask and shall receive. And if you ask for God's judgment, then don't cry later on why you live in misery. You did something. You didn't honor a contract. Um, Hi, Brooklyn. Sorry that I saw the chat a little late, but thank you. Hi, Helen. Thank you for here. I feel super disconnected from my twin right now. I feel like I did before. I feel like I did before we met. No longer a separation. Yuckiness. Brooklyn, you know what that happens? And I'll tell you why that happens. Right now, yeah, Brinta, you're going to love me now, what I want to tell you, because you've been waiting for this. Okay. Saturn. Saturn is the bringer of the karma. Now he squares the knots, and this is gonna be long term thing. Okay, it squares the south and the north nodes. He's gonna be a retrograde, and now when it's retrograde, whatever you gave, that's what you're going to receive. But guess what? He's gonna go direct, even if he turns direct. He is going to be square the notes, and we're talking about past October. Okay, so pretty soon it's not gonna go away. This karma issues with Saturn in the North Node, it still is gonna be an Aquarius. The South Node is gonna be in Scorpio, and the North Node is in Taurus. So maybe it's not a bad news, but whatever news you want to take it, it's with this. But now it's that time for it. Within the soul contracts, though, Saturn, it's the one who keeps the records. And Saturn is the one that comes in and says, like, you didn't pay the rent, you didn't pay for your car, you don't obey your agreements, you didn't did this. It comes into your consciousness. And that's what some of the people won't have sleep during this process. And that's what that is. Strange as might be, it is what it is. That's what they say. Be careful with a person who says it is what it is. But yeah, it's dangerous sometimes to know it is what it is, but it is what it is. Okay, you can't change what it is. Come on, we all been here. But during your talks, your 5D talks with your twin, and try to solve the karma issues, they will come up. Those gonna be the problems. Those gonna be the situations. Those gonna be the energies. This is gonna be the time you are going to fulfill these miracles. You're gonna be performing a miracle with them. Okay, that is the miracle part. But if they running away of that contract, they're running away from truth, they're running of this fulfillment, that soul contract, if it's delayed a lot, then it's going to be canceled. But you can't cancel something that you agree upon and doing it, because you are fulfilled with the trust with the divine. You break the trust with the divine in there, divine, it's going to be hold you accountable for this. You might fulfill it again in the next lifetime until you don't fulfill it. because you agree with it. There is no such a thing with agreement that uh, cannot be fulfilled. And that's the karma is attached to it. Or your karmic license, those are the contracts you don't fulfill. They're not something else. Uh, when you get in this higher level of consciousness, you understand that the cause and effect issue. Okay. Now, how do you feel when you solve karma? Pretty good. You're in inner peace. It's like uh, light up. You feel good. You know, like walking tall, right? And shine and light. Okay. How do you feel when you create karma, though? Bump down and hiding, and you don't want to talk to nobody. Uh, Nobody want to ask you. You have a few friends, maybe, or no friends. You feel like everyone isolates you. Why? Because you, by breaking a contract with the divine, you isolate yourself from the universe. And now you go into this darkness, or if it's a dark entities in there, they try to get you like, hey, come here. You're gonna do some work for us, and you're like, oh, well, that's what sometimes things happens. Tamuna, hi Tamuna, thank you for being here. Um, Maria Richards, hi. Uh, Helder Health met Clary. My twin no longer feels the love. He chooses the karmic. Why did he choose the karmic in the first place? What was not good for you, for your twin? What was the situations? There was a situations, manipulations, or hurry up, or pushing up, or material things, or emotional things, or the karmic um, maybe was too aggressive. It's you have to look from within this. Okay, if your twin flame choosing the karmic and they don't choose you, what was the fear in your twin? What was the problems that was no solved in order to come together? That I will asking you to look. If you want, you can go ahead and we can talk about this later on. Um, uh, that's what it is. If he doesn't feel the love, what's killed the love? Don't just look in your twin, look from within. If you, for example, wanted to do your twin flame, you're forcing your twin flame out of their karmic. That's a bad thing. Anytime you're trying to force your twin on something, you can remind them about honoring their contract, and things they do are not right about the contract. Okay, but if you try the rushing union or rushing marriage, or whatever it is, and it's not the right time, that's kind of like form of manipulation when you rush things up. The other is bad as well. If you're delaying things, it's because of things that you said or do. It's all depends on that how it goes. Uh, Health health. All right, Tamura. I have an Ato and a South Node in Scorpio, first house. You need to understand if you have a Scorpio in the first house, that's mean right now you're gonna be looking at to uh, this past karma is gonna come to you one way or another. Take a look. Is in your first house is also has a planet Take a look that planet, what that is. If there is a planet within Scorpio, be mindful that that planet is going to be affecting this south node. And what is your other aspect you have with that? On the other side, you say, and Taurus in the seventh house. Seventh house, that is a your contracts with others, everything. That's Libra, all right? That's partnerships, relationships, all that. Agreements, they're there on Libra, all right? That's what Libra is, the judge, judging contracts, judging behaviors for contracts, and so on. That's what the love is, okay? You don't have the love then. Yeah, but you need to look the aspect of the North Node that it's currently now. It's there. What do you have in the seventh house? What is that in the seventh house in the Taurus? Because if Taurus is in your seventh house, you may look in it and understanding that the partnership is about somebody to um, the husband has to make money. He has to be the provider. Somebody has to give you a house. Somebody has to give you material things. And somebody has to do things for you because you have the first house is Scorpio, which is you working with the things of others. When are you going to make them on your own, though? And could be a complication. All right. Saturn and Uranus in the first house. Whoa, you have a lot of karmic things to learn between you and the universe. You may be attached to a certain religion or certain deep knowledge. Okay. And you also may feel like Saturn, if it comes into, you may be have situations that um, you know secrets way too deep within the darkness. If Uranus is there, or you have something to do with it. Uranus in Scorpio is like, I will drag you in life through the darkness. So better you understand that you need to shine light in there within your life. I mean, you have now uh, past karma, the south node there. It's gonna be really tough on you. All right, what else is going on in the chat? Yeah, Brooklyn, the long in the pool, all the peace inside after those strong energies about 10 days. Yeah, if you did the things now, though, Saturn, what it does is like, hey, you did your things. Be at peace. Yeah, there's gonna be some energies that you're gonna feel like, but you know what? You deserve your peace. Chill out, calm down, okay? I'll take care of the baby, okay? I'll take care of the twin flame. I'll take care of this. I'll work for it, okay? That's what Saturn is, okay? That's what this is. And now specifically that Uranus is at in the North Node in Taurus, and Venus right now it's there. You're talking about love. Fix your karma, fix things. Did you fix it or you don't? If you're not, take the love to fix it. That's what this is. Tamuna, yeah, a lot of struggling. Yeah, I can kind of like look at it just by information you give it to me. Tamuna, it's like if you need a astrology reading though, I'm available. You can order an astrology reading on your chart, and we can see if there's anything I can help you with. Okay. Yeah, Brooklyn, the longing pool, turn up the pieces on all those strong energies about 10 days ago. Yeah, about 10 days ago, things happened. Yes. That was the time when a Mercury retrograde kind of like almost went out, and now we have a Saturn retrograde. That was the time within the shadow periods. CJ, CJ, Neptune in Scorpio in the first house. Neptune, Scorpio. Whoa. What kind of dreams do you have? What kind of visions do you have? Of the underworld, being in the underworld, dealing with the underworld, fight within the underworld. Yeah. You have maybe astral projections, you go in places, visions, maybe vivid dreams in there. CJ. So be careful with this Neptune because it can give you two visions, one from the ego and one from the divine. Depends on what you're looking for. God's give you two eyes to see in the material world, but He's give you a third eye to see beyond the veil. And the question is, what do you do behind the veil? So that's what this is. All right. I think I'm gonna be lighting up a cigarette with you guys. I'll give you a few minutes and you guys can have some more questions. I think that informations that I give you about 5D, I think that's probably the most accurate that it's out there. Uh, you already know how physically we communicate telepathically, okay? So I don't want to go over this mirroring neurons stuff. So that some of the things was is like if you not fulfill your contract, you will see when the people don't fulfill their contract. You don't want to feel their energies with people who don't fulfill their contracts. No, if you feel a person like this, that specifically those are the runners. The runners, 90% of them, they don't fulfill their contracts. They run out of the fear. What could have happened with divine? They fear, and they did the same thing. They did previous life, previous connection, or previous things. The runner runs from the truth. The chaser chasing the truth. But the chaser demands, and that's toxic. All right. While the runner hides the truth for it, that toxic too. And that's what the truth stands for. All right. That's what is gonna combine to it. It was so funny. Last night we watched Kung Fu Panda 2, talking about the inner peace. And how he had a nightmares of this sign that he sees, and he didn't know what happened in the past, who he is. So he tries to find the inner peace in the boat, and he's like, "I'm gonna find the inner peace," and he's like, "Inner peace, inner peace." But then guess what? The water drops in him. He starts smacking everything in the boat, and he's got this anger and aggravations and so on. It's like can't achieve the inner peace. Well, you don't have an inner peace without truth. Until he didn't set, until he doesn't understood the inner peace, the truth about it, he didn't found it. He did not achieve the inner peace. And some of you can be like this. Okay. 4. Tamina, when I met Twin Soul, I went up upside down. Yes, it's going to be upside down. Of course. It's not upside down, it's actually downside up. And I wish not to meet, but I'm trying to forget. between a try and do, there is a lot going on. So uh, is the disconnection of a lot of us are feeling mean the contract has been broken. The disconnect means you to have within the contracts, there is also a time for evaluation, time that it's given to you and them to solve the problems. Okay, there is always a gap in there. Because without the separation, there is no realization of who you are, and realizes the soul contract. So within the contract, there is a time of this. Okay. None of the twin flames I know that come together, uh, they haven't gone through the separation process. The separation leads to realization, and realization goes to a process of illuminations about this whole story. That's what it is. So if you're disconnect with your twin flame, your separation is about a realization process. But if they don't realize, and the divine sees that they can't possibly realize what they do, what they have done, then divine is pulling the contract, put it into a future use, tamp, and becomes your future karma. And now in this karma, because you have to do some other things. And now if you're receiving bad karma, you're wondering where that come from. You're suffering the consequences of the things that you didn't do. That's what that says. If you comes into a people that always been like, well, I'm trying to get a new job. I went to this job and I worked 2-3 days and everything messed up. Well, you haven't finished your job, so do you have no job? So there you go. They started another job. And they don't understand where that goes from. They starting something new. They starting something going on, or they increase something. They don't understand why that happens, and that's the consequences. They paid for it to realize what's going on in life. Dennis, hello, Dio. Good to catch you alive. Much love to everybody. Welcome here, Dennis. For CF, yes. I don't make commercials with my videos. Maybe I'm bad at this, or maybe I just allow the universe to do it. But CF, thank you for this. That triangle part, it explains everything a lot. These triangles, yeah, those triangles, they talk a lot about this, a lot. But within these triangles, you can learn things more than that for it. And I spoke about them. And CF, I appreciated you sharing that info to the people in chat, because yeah, it's needed. Okay, it's needed. That's what I mean. That's what it is. Many say, leave the past in the past. When I feel I should speak the fault issue, everyone tells me to leave the past in the past. Dio, it is Dennis. Denise, not Dennis. I love you. Here it's that. Denise, it's using of both names for it, or Dennis. In the United States, yeah, there is a difference within the name. But that name originally it's a Turkish name, Deniz, and can be put in the both form. And if I call you masculine or you're feminine, I'll apologize publicly in the chat. But I appreciate for this. Okay, I helped them make sense of that year journey. Uh, yes, I'm in Germany. Well, you probably had a happy birthday, or you still happy birthday coming up to you, Denise. What are you gonna say about that? Um, Brooklyn CF talks about a lot of the videos. You can go put a 3D, 5D, or uh, go research Brooklyn, my channel. So they're there. I mean, it's got a lot of library in my YouTube channel. Maybe if you put a 5D, you can see things in 5D. I think I made a video specifically about this, the dimension, understanding the dimensions, and the things that goes on from within twin flame, and how the manifestation works, and what do you do that when you go up in the 5D, you made a contract, and then it come down to 3D that you're making at that port. Start building with your twin flame. And if you don't build it with your twin flame, why you don't build it? Or if you build something and crashed, why did it crash? What was the reason for? So yeah. Uh, so did you guys like the chat today? I think it was pretty good and peaceful and educational as well. And um, I do other things as much as possible to everyone. This is gonna be my third video camera front of it. Um, and what I want to leave you with is be at peace from within begins when the truth is within. If you spoke the truth, feel the truth, be the truth, did the truth, you have nothing to worry about it. Even that, you'll fulfill your part of the divine. A lot of the people don't understand the power from within us. We are vulnerable, we are authentic, we hold ourselves accountable. And that's what the divine does for us, is put us in a state of that inner peace, because we are who we are. And my advice to you as a twin flame, I mean, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect either. Okay, there's no such a thing as perfection. God made us in perfection image of Himself. But you begin with that truth in you. That opens many doors with the divine. That's the only thing I can tell you is this. For so Skywalker is in the house. Okay, Ray. Oh, nice question here. I will be interested in knowing more about how do we know if we are DF and DM. We'll just say it's always the DM that runs. We both have a DM and DF within us. We have to unite both energies from within. The moment comes in that within the connection, when the energy is more focused on the one side or the other, So the one picks up more DF energy from within, and the other one takes more DM. They turn into DN, divine masculine, divine feminine, and then there is a problem. There is no balance within the force. It's important to maintain that balance from within with love, not with something else. You don't maintain the balance without love. You got to understand this. Love, truth, honesty, and authenticity is the one that builds this core of the union of the twin flames. So that's one other part of illumination. Okay, I had illumination glow phase that was lasted almost 1 week, and I felt so peaceful, like I was in paradise. I was one with my twin and soul level, and again I was started to some anxiety. That it could be because your twin flame was maybe a manipulative person or try to do things. You crossed the boundaries within divine, and they, because you were truth, you crossed this threshold of illumination, and your twin flame left behind the veil. They're not truthful, and they left behind, and that's what you may feel because you're alone in the paradise. This is like Adam to be in the paradise and nobody's around him because Lilith run away. And now what? That's what this is. Sorry, I had to leave for a few minutes. That was the answer to the Brooklyn question. It's a disconnection. A lot of us feel mean the contract has been broken. No, the disconnection right now with your twin flame doesn't mean that the contract is broken. The contract has the expiration date. Things that you need to do at certain time and point of time for the divine purpose. That's what that means. He has a delay time, you to realize things, but if they're not fulfilled, then things are getting different. A lot of the twin flames ask me, well, why did the other person feel so good and all that, and I feel so miserable and so on and so on. You feel miserable because you hold on to the pain. Here, now within the new illumination process, you don't hold on to a pain. You hold on maybe to a missed opportunity. You may hold on that the contract was not fulfilled. You may hold on with things, but you have to allow the divine to take care of those. That's what you. Here's your baby divine. Look at that. That will fulfill contract. Take care of. I'll be here in my peace. Ama Hodzic. I know to say in buffer. Buffer. I don't know what this buffer mean, Armand. But welcome to your chat. I can only assume that there are other twin options out of the contract. We will think have soulmate command. That is all depends on the divine because the rearrangement of the universe, it's rearranging all the time. You can imagine sometimes when you go out there and looking at the Akashic records, or you're looking into this library with all these people sticking around, like, that's not right. Oh, this, no, 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 no. Are you asking information for someone to bring you the information? It's like one of the very good, actually, I think about Akashic records is like it's like walking into the library with a Jedi, and all of a sudden it's missing information. Somebody hides information in there. Like a contract's been stolen, or somebody rewrites that contract, or whatever. Sometimes that it's a like person goes and sign, I know I'm denying this contract and I'm ready to suffer my consequences. That part, okay, when they officially say, I don't want to be in contract anymore, the contract is kept. I'll do it my next life or whatever. And I don't want to go to these energies. I've seen people like this, and I don't. Now it's not the time to talk about this. Hi, Marshall. How are you? Uh, so, um, can you talk about the meaning of 12 and 144 and 5D? Mm, meaning of 12. Uh, 12, it's the wheel of destiny. 12 apostles, they're from within the divine. Okay. And 12 zodiac signs. A lot of you maybe don't know, but actually, there is a very powerful monastery here in Bulgaria. It's in Rila Mountains. It's called Rila Monastery. And right there, it's Jesus crying. And after that, it's the astrology signs and the apostles and the angels there. Has a very esoteric meaning. And people ask, what, why the astrology is there? What's the purpose? You go into these 12 houses in astrology to learn this. Every sign of the astrology is, for example, if you're Aries, you are I am. Taurus is I am existing in the world, this material world. I will do something. Then you go to the Gemini, I will create society, friendship. From this society, I will have a family, which is Cancer. I will be a proper ruler. I will be leader. Okay, now it's Leo. All right. Then you move, and it's like I will helping people. I will organizing the people. That's Virgo. Then I will have a marriage. I will have a contract. I will honor my word. I'll be truth. That is in Libra. If I don't fulfill my truth and things, I will suffer my consequences with everybody. That it's Scorpio, the underworld. Scorpio, there it's digging up the truth, the lie, actually, mostly, because you're diving deep in there in the underworld. And 10, it comes in a Sagittarius is I will tell the truth, I will confess, I will say the things that comes in. That's what comes in. And when you look at it 12 times 12, it's 144. People are more interesting in all this 144,000 of people that have been chosen. Okay, but that is just a prophecy that things can be on different ways. All right, don't hang it up to this. All right, because you focus on this prophecy, you forget to do your inner work. You may be a part of this prophecy, but you focus only on that. It takes you off the inner work they need to do. So, Diana, if you're very interested in this, okay, look at these situations because the truth is the one that leads the path, the love. All lights, all paths, they lead towards the light. But how it goes, the light, okay? Body, heart, mind, soul, spirit, Holy Spirit. God. That's how it goes. And they all have to be in alignment within truth to work everything. That's the secret right there. About the 144 that want to cross. I would love some more info living the past in the past. And thank you for birthday wishes. You can live the past in the past as long as you let it go of it. Once you let go of it, once you let it go of this past, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to repeat it? If you understand what you need to do within the past, you let it go. You let go to the divine. That's one part of heart of let it go. Let it go with the divine. It's require courage. It's require faith. It's required surrendering. You surrendering the past because it didn't fulfill itself what you wanted to fulfill, or maybe your ego wanted to fulfill. So that's what the thing. All right. Yes, I felt of my divine masculine is manipulative. Maybe it will be better to take off focus from him. Yes. The mother I talk about all the time about to take the focus away from your twin if you're in separation. Yes. If they are pushful, manipulate, lying, and so on and so on, just take the no. Let them deal with their garbage. Don't. Perfectly. Does anyone here feel like they are close to 3D union and being close to their mission work? There is an energy that it's right now of unions, okay, because of Venus, it's with Uranus and no aspects except when the moon triggers this. Or ascendant triggers that, okay? But that is only an hourly thing. Comes in the ascendant. It's not like the moon, it just sits there and it's like, oh, okay. Josh, you and everyone is already on the mission work, just being here listening to it too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Josh, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubble gum and then head back home. Ha 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 ha. Where is the popcorn, Josh? Watching the movie? I'll post it. Okay. See if I'm on a mission now, work on 3D Union. It's with the divine for me. I'm happy either way. Exactly. Gotta be happy all the time, CF. Exactly. Whatever happens, good, bad, ugly, you stay in your truth. Stay grounded. Okay. I'm waiting for the weather to be better. I want to go to the beach and get grounded. Really, I need this. I wonder if each apostle represents each zodiac sign. Take a look at the calendar. That is I will go with the Orthodox calendar. What month when they are celebrating certain apostle for it, but I don't think so that each one of them was representing something. I think there was some of the apostles, they are celebrated a few times a year. I mean, I can dig it up again, but that what this is something that you can do on your own for it. But either way, I can kind of like go with it. Jenny, I started my path 15 years ago after my husband died at an early age. Suddenly, it was then everything changed. And I changed my life and changed my path. Exactly. You change, that person came in and changed everything in your life. And the divine is in control of this path. The divine is in control of all these situations. Not you. Mhm. Not you. Here is the part of 3D, 4D that people think they're in control. You're only under control of your choices. Either you're in control to choose a present situation or you not. You choose to overcome your fears, your ego, and your um, dark side and choose it. Or you can choose your light, you can choose everything. Or you can try to be the best thing to understand is you understand your darkness, your light, and you become illuminated. And that is about evolving to be illuminated. So, yeah. You guys talking about cakes and stuff here. Brinta, I have found when I have shift to the inner work of bringing about positive change in my life, my twin connects again. Uh-huh. I learned that nobody belongs to us. The universe opens our path and we are feel free to choose or not. Acceptance is the key of everything. Yeah, well, acceptance of your destiny first, the most, accepting the divine, and you will know how the divine goes on from within. So, Dio, what's a soul tie? The soul tie, that's when you, another person, and the divine are tied up together, or also known as a soul connection. Sometimes you may have more than just the ties, okay? There is this lady that she explained how to cut cords, and she said the cords you have with one person, it's more than just one. And she says like this: you have energy, you have love cord, you may have financial cord, you have a um, spiritual cord, spiritual agreement. You can't cut them all at the same time. Okay, you gotta cut them one by understanding what that is. It's same thing like, for example, when you are in marriage. When you're in a marriage, guess what? You have kids. You bought something together. There is a financial possessions together. There is love. There is intimacy and so on. So there is so many things that are coming together. And now when you're breaking this, guess what? It's gonna be a pain in there. So that's what this is. Kind of like a soul tie. You can look at it from within, Marshall. Great question. Just sure depends on how we look at it. Yeah, how we look at it. I was just asking about past the preparation period. Well, you were prepared. You have a knowledge from within. You always feel like you knew things before it happened. Where did you know that from? Why did you knew that certain things will happen and you're gonna have some kind of action? Who told you that? You were prepared for it. But would you really get prepared for it when the things goes out? That is the problem. Most of the time, the people they don't see that universe puts you in these positions in the as a twin flames is to see how you're gonna act, how you're gonna react, what it's gonna be. is the truth is gonna be, or the lie is gonna be, or whatever the case may be. My sister passed on brain cancer, and catalyst appeared right after. It's been long road. You gotta be careful with the past people who passed away, because they might comes in and help you with your soul contract. Especially those grandparents. If that's, you need to understand the grandparents have a lot of connection with you. Okay, a lot, and that connection is stronger. So that connection is really, really strong. What might have passed through to hurt others? Should we maybe take to God and settle it with God? Yes, Denise. Um, if you're past, well, go confess your past to your twin flame. You do your truth. If you don't confess your past to your twin flame, you're holding it. It will be affecting that relationship. You will live in fear that they may find the truth about you. That's how most of the connections get lost, because of that fear of who were you before waking up. And that's the judgment. See, the person has not spoken his truth, and they self-judging themselves in the future, that if they tell you the truth, you're going to abandon them. And they abandon the connection, because the fear of protecting these secrets, lies, and so on, it's stronger than the love that is within them, because of a fear. When the fear walks in, it will come up into the relationships. If you go in a union and they haven't been, then you find things, you find the truth, and then you begin to ask questions, and they're kind of like putting away uh, whatever the situation is. All right. We also have a soul ties to business associate, not just twin flames. Yes. But if you have a business associate with your twin flame, that's even, oh, you have soul contract with business that you need to do with your twin flame. That is kind of like the overflow of the cup, that drop that overflows the cup. Yeah, gotta be careful with these things, guys. All right, and it's coming up at this time. What are we going to talk tomorrow? And I'll give you like 5 minutes. You guys can learn. What are you want to talk about tomorrow? So I want to say thank you for to everybody sharing the energy, and it's been a very peaceful energy. I want to say thank you for you guys having these vibes, guys. I'm honoring that we having this in the room. So, what do you guys want me to talk about tomorrow? I will have a cigarette with you, Dio, and a cup of tea. Oh, okay. Yeah, I love my coffee. Sometimes I drink coffee all day long. It's kind of like going along with. Um, how to release twin soul energy. Um, Tamuna, go to my YouTube channel and search my Twitch channel for the final let go. Final let go. You know what? I will be putting it up here. I will put that video up here for you. All right. There you go. How to get through the shadow period. CJ. Wow. I like that. Shadow. We're going to talk about shadows, darkness. Okay. Missing time in between 3D and 5D. Marshall, there is a link about the dimensions and that missing time in between 3D and 5D. We have to look for 4D, what's going on in the magic world. Yeah, Tamura, I post the link. It says youtube.com. If you click there, that is it. How the twin flame connection gets broken by the karmic, finding a weakness in the chain. Ooh, that's kind of like goes along with the shadows. Okay, how to go through the shadow periods, because the karmic doing the shadow work from when they understand things about twin flames. Yeah, a lot of karmics does a lot of things there. They can be from manipulative to aggravated to things. How to get through the shadow period. Okay. I think that will be. So, whoever it's for how to get through shadow period. I think that will be it. Yeah, maybe I can have some an Irish whiskey on the rocks, and I'll be over there and probably buy me an Irish backpack, backpipe, whatever was the name on it. Trying to get into the floor. Yes, shadow period is back. Living within shadows and shadows of a doubt, shadows of things that goes on from within. Expectations, it's a part of the shadow work, from within. So, for example, if you got so, for example, if you were this person, you were this king, and this queen came in and kills you and take over the kingdom. Okay, and that was your twin flame when she was supposed to be with you, but she took it because of her money. Or you are that queen or king that abandoned its wife, and now you're getting things like that. That is also part of a shadow work, past lifetime. So Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm leaving you with this. Take a look at your piece. Take a look some things, and I want you to lay down tonight with inner peace. Seek the inner peace from within. I will suggest you to dive from within. If you haven't peace with something, you haven't find the inner peace with something, release it, whatever that is. But the biggest part of shadow work is actually when you dive in the things beyond the veil. So that's what we are going to dive in tomorrow. But be at peace is it's the most precious thing that you can do to yourself. All right, guys. Love you all. Be love. Let's share some love to the room. And I'll see you tomorrow, same time. All right. We're going to talk about shadow period. How to go through it.